If you're watching this, you are likely considering the Razer Nommo Chroma speakers, and let me save you some money right now. These are some of the most popular gaming speakers on Amazon with a 4.6-star rating. But here is what surprised me. After testing them for weeks, I found a list of problems that most reviews just gloss over completely. Therefore, you're about to get the brutally honest review nobody else is giving you. For the best price, click the link in the description, but first, let me tell you why you might want to skip them. That rating is looking a little suspicious now, isn't it? Alright, let's get the obvious stuff out of the way first. The Razer Nommo Chroma look fantastic. They have that classic Razer gamer aesthetic with the matte black finish, the angled design that looks like it's ready for liftoff, and of course, the signature Razer Chroma RGB lighting at the base. It's a light show in a box, which is great if your gaming setup is judged on its color output. Setup is dead simple. You have two choices. Use the USB cable for digital audio and power, or use the 3.5mm jack. You plug them in, they light up, and you're ready to go. No amplifiers needed, no complicated wiring. It's plug and play, which is a huge plus. Razer promises full-range sound and extreme clarity from these custom 3-inch woven glass fiber drivers, and they also boast about those rear-firing bass ports and the dedicated bass knob. On paper, it sounds like the perfect 2.0 desktop speaker setup for gaming and music. But the moment you start listening, that's where the first major crack in the foundation appears. Therefore, let's dive into the sound quality, which is the most important part, right? I tested these with everything: competitive shooters, immersive single-player games, movies, and multiple music genres. The initial impression is fine. They get loud without distorting, which is good. The mids, where most vocals and game dialogue live, are clear and present. However, the promised fuller, richer range of audio from those bass ports. It's a classic case of marketing speak meeting reality. The bass is there, but it's what I'd call one-note and boomy. You turn the bass knob up and sure, you get more low-end, but it lacks texture and punch. It doesn't rumble. It just gets thicker and can sometimes muddy up the mids. It's like adding too much gravy to a meal. It covers everything up. In a fast-paced game, that lack of defined bass can make explosions sound flat and impacts lack weight. For music, electronic and hip-hop tracks feel like they're missing their foundation. The bass knob is fun to play with, I'll give it that. It's satisfying to turn, but it's more of a bloat control than a precision instrument. Joke number 1. Adjusting the bass on these is less like tuning an instrument and more like telling a foghorn to please be a little quieter. It tries. Now, what about that wide sound field with high positional accuracy Razer brags about? This is a critical point for gamers. In a competitive title, you need to hear if footsteps are coming from your left, right, or behind you. After extensive testing, I found the soundstage to be surprisingly narrow. The audio feels very much like it's coming directly from the two speaker boxes on your desk, not from a wider space around you. For positional audio, it's serviceable but not exceptional. You'll hear left and right cues, but don't expect an immersive 3D audio experience. This is a common limitation of most 2.0 desktop speakers, but given Razer's gaming focus and claims, I expected better. Therefore, if you're a serious competitive gamer relying solely on audio cues, you might be disappointed. A good gaming headset will still run circles around these for pure positional awareness. But maybe you want these for the RGB and the casual experience. The Razer Chroma lighting. It's undeniably cool. You can sync it with your other Razer gear and games that support Chroma for some immersive effects. The ring of light at the base of each speaker is vibrant and customizable. However, and this is a big however, it comes with a major, almost deal-breaking caveat that most people don't mention. To control the lighting, you must install Razer Synapse. This is Razer's configuration software, and it is, to put it politely, a digital anvil. It's notorious for being a resource hog, for causing conflicts with other software, and for requiring constant updates and an internet connection just to change your RGB colors. Remember the product info. It needs 100 MB of disk space and an internet connection. For a pair of speakers. That's right, your speakers need Wi-Fi to show the color blue. Joke number 2. Installing Synapse for these speakers feels like having to get a pilot's license just to turn on the cabin lights in your car. It's overkill that often underdelivers. And that brings me to one of my biggest gripes, the software dependency. If you just want to use the 3.5mm jack and avoid Synapse, tough luck. The RGB lighting will default to a cycling rainbow mode, and you have zero control over it. The only way to turn the lights off, set a static color, or use any audio reactive modes is through Synapse. There's no physical button on the speakers, so you are forced to install this bulky software suite just to manage the lights. For a product marketed on its aesthetics, this is a baffling oversight. It removes simplicity and adds a layer of potential frustration. Imagine recommending these to a friend who uses a MacBook for light gaming and music. They'd have to install a significant Windows-centric software package just to make the lights stop. It's a user experience problem that shouldn't exist. Let's talk about the build and design beyond the lights. They are solidly built with a heavy, stable base. The fabric covering the drivers feels premium, but the cable management is a bit of a mess. You have two main cables, one thick umbilical cord that connects the two speakers, and then your choice of USB or 3.5mm cable coming from the primary speaker. These cables are not removable. If one gets damaged, you can't just swap it out. And they're stiff, making it hard to route them cleanly on a modern desk setup. For a $115 product in 2023, non-removable cables feel dated and cheap. Joke number 3. The cables on these are so stubborn, they have stronger opinions about where they want to go than my cat does. And that's saying something. Now, let's address the Amazon elephant in the room. A 4.6-star rating is incredibly high. So what's going on? I read through countless reviews, and a pattern emerges. Many of the glowing 5-star reviews are from people who are simply thrilled to have Razer speakers with RGB on their desk. They praise the looks, the easy setup, and the fact that they're a step up from tinny laptop speakers or a cheap $30 pair. And compared to those, yes, the Nommo Chroma are a massive upgrade. But that's a very low bar. The positive reviews often lack critical analysis of the actual sound quality, the software shackles, or comparisons to other speakers in the price range. They are reviews of the brand and the aesthetic, not the acoustic performance. Therefore, that high rating can be misleading if you're looking for true audio fidelity. You're paying a significant Razer tax for the name and the lights. So what's the resolution? Who are these speakers actually for, if your primary goals are? 1. You are deeply entrenched in the Razer Chroma ecosystem and want matching desk speakers. 2. Your main concern is aesthetics and a clean look over pinnacle sound quality. And 3. You don't mind mandatory, sometimes problematic software. Then the Nommo Chroma might satisfy you. They are decent desktop speakers that look the part. However, if you value sound quality first, want a wider soundstage, dislike mandatory bloatware, or are looking for the best value for your $115, there are better options. You can find other 2.0 or even 2.1 systems from audio-focused brands like Audio Engine, Edifier, or even Creative Labs that offer more balanced sound, more features like Bluetooth, and no software requirements for the same price or less. Let me be clear. The Razer Nommo Chroma are not terrible speakers, but in the world of audio, they are the equivalent of a sports car with a stunning paint job and a mediocre engine. They prioritize form in a way that compromises function. The mandatory Synapse is an anti-feature. The bass is boomy rather than precise, and the soundstage is just okay. For a product with Chroma in the name, it's ironic that the audio picture isn't very colorful. Joke number 4. These speakers are so focused on lighting up your room they forgot to focus on lighting up your ears. After this deep dive, the choice becomes clear. You can spend your money on a brand name product with flashy lights and average performance, or you can seek out an option that makes your games, movies, and music truly shine. For me, the problems outweigh the pixels. Therefore, don't buy the Razer Nommo Chroma unless you're buying the logo and the lights. For a better option and the best price on the Nommo, if you're still curious, click the link in the description below.